A lot of people are disorganized because they are not well informed. Contributing to the society in a way that young people and families get the right information to be safe cannot be overemphasized. My name is Maryval Eze, and this is the Community Heroes, a heartwarming TV series that shines a spotlight on the credible works of non-governmental organizations, philanthropists in the local communities. And today on the show, I have with me here
Mrs. Joy Chukura, Program Director from EL-RHAKUN Foundation.
Mrs. Hope Isani, Social Worker in EL-RHAKUN Foundation.
Wow, this is beautiful. So can you tell us about EL-RHAKUN Foundation?
Yes, ma'am. EL-RHAKUN Foundation is a nation and international based non-governmental organizations. Our activities, we carry many activities such as creating awareness against drug abuse. We also create awareness against human trafficking and sexual gender-based violence.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's good. Okay, so talking about EL-RHAKUN Foundation, right? What contribution, right, has EL-RHAKUN Foundation made to impact life positively in society?
Okay, actually we have gone far. We have gone to schools, we have gone to the communities, we have gone to some correctional centers, creating awareness to the youth. When we go to schools, we create awareness, teaching them about prevention, especially evidence-based prevention of drug abuse. We don't want them to involve themselves in taking drugs or ending up their dreams in the correctional centers, prison yard. You know that anyone indulging himself in taking drugs, abusing drugs, can end up in a rehabilitation center or in prison yard. So we have done a lot. We have gone to Mahesing schools, we have gone to some government schools such as Mararaba, ASO schools, Bakando, Future Academy, Abuja International Academy School. We have gone to several schools. So I really appreciate it because I believe we have created some useful knowledge to them for them to get vision, for them to fulfill their vision and their dream of their life. Thank you.
Wow, that's cool.
So as also EL-RHAKUN also give voice to the voiceless and also give hope to the hopeless. And for those that have lost their future and feel that they have no hope, EL-RHAKUN Foundation make sure that they bring you back to yourself and make sure you have vision again.
Okay, so you eradicate illicit use of drugs.
Yes, eliminate poverty, illicit use of drugs. We educate them, and also some of them that are involved, we also refer them to the hospitals, rehabilitation center to be treated as well.
Okay, but like this drug abuse you're talking about, how can it be prevented?
When you talk about prevention of drug abuse, there are many ways. You know, some people abuse drugs due to maybe background of their families. You understand? So let's talk about number one, families. When there is no family support to the child, or when they are growing, we are not teaching them, we are not educating them that if they abuse drugs, it will not help them in life. That is one of the biggest factors, family background. You must have a good family background in order to achieve the purpose of not touching the drugs. So we have other factors as well.
Like what?
We also have the peer group, like negative peer group. You understand? Such can have a negative effect on you. You understand? That will lead to a peer group or an individual to abuse drug. But when you have a solid foundation, even if you're to abuse drug, it's going to be minimal. Okay. We have your peer group, which is one of the strong factor that can make somebody to abuse drug. We also have when you have a positive family background, it's going to reduce the level of you abusing drug. But if you're having a negative background, it's going to facilitate. Because some people that abuse drug today is because of their emotions and the background they are coming from. And also, we also have the peer group, when you have a positive peer group, it can also help in influencing you to abuse job.
And also, you talk about social media. You know, this way, all youth nowadays, they have access to their phones or their laptops. You know, some of them learn it through their social media. They will Google out, they want to know more. You know, out of curiosity and experiments, they want to try it. And some of them ended up to affect them. Some will become mentally challenged because of what they're taking.
So are you saying that parents should stop allowing their young children to have their own phone?
Not really.
Because when you have your own phone, you can easily go on the media to check things, right?
Yeah.
So because I feel like sometimes why young people have phone at that younger age, maybe their school assignment requires them to want to go online, so you kind of get some answers to their questions or to read more. So what do you think? Do you think, since social media contributes to this factor, right, to this negative influence on kids or on children, do you think parents should stop giving their young children phones, mobile phones?
Not really. They can use their phones to solve their assignments, but parents should teach their children the right thing to do, the right way to pass, the right thing to do, in the sense that this phone I'm giving you, you shouldn't divert and start Google nonsense that will not help your life. So the background that the family is giving matters a lot. You know, some families, you will see parents being addicted to drugs as well.
That's true.
You see some parents sending their children to go and buy those drugs to take, without knowing that the children is monitoring them, observing whatever things they are doing. In future, you will see these children, I want to try it. Let me go and do what my mom or my dad is doing. Okay, for instance, I got an information from one school. A child came into the school, and when the facilitator opened his bag, he saw a packet of cigarettes inside the bag. Just imagine, how can a child of 8 years come into school with a packet of cigarettes? Is it not from the parents?
But the question is, a child of 8 years is still very tender. So how can their brain collect it? Like, how can their brain accept cigarettes at first? Because I can't really tell how this thing will work.
Child, they are very, very good in education. You understand?
Well, I feel like the brain of an 8-year-old child, you get, it's somehow. But I would like to ask, what are social vices? What are the social vices?
Okay, when you talk about social vices, such as the harmful behaviors that youths or anyone can exhibit, such as prostitutes, drug abuse, picking pockets, malpractice, indecent dressing, and so on and so forth.
And I will look at it this way too, that social vices, they are negative actions in the society that are detrimental to individual and also the society. Because we individual, we are the example to the society. You understand? When you're having a negative behavior, you're showing a negative example to your society. So your life is an example. Do you understand? So once you are not giving out a positive lifestyle, is going to affect the society. You become a nuisance to the society. You understand? So social vices, they are actions that are detrimental in the society and that can also affect life negatively in the society.
That's true. I want to see what are the potential harms for anything social vice is wrong. But the thing is, what's the government doing trying to eradicate this drug abuse? Government, are they helping?
Actually, I can say government is helping.
Okay.
But you know that the population of youth, especially youth, social vices normally affect youth. Let me say teenagers, maybe from 13 years old to 28 years, and above. So government is helping in organizing some programs. Some governments organize programs in communities. They can organize programs in the schools or create awareness in public, even radio stations or televisions, to make sure that everyone hears about it. But sometimes, what about interior villages? They still need some, maybe an organization like NGOs, CSOs, that will be able to go to interior villages to create awareness for them to avoid all these social vices in our communities and society.
Okay. And also, the governments are trying also by empowering the youths. You understand, conducting programs here and there, so that the youth will become useful to the society. So they empower them with programs and money also. So they are trying their best also. But it's all left also for the youths if they are willing to accept it. Because one thing for social vices program being passed out, and another thing for the youth to accept it and be a doer of those positive actions. So the government are putting in more effort for the youth to become somebody in the society, not a nuisance. So they are trying.
And also remember, they have organization bodies such as NDLEA in our country, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They also have NAFDAC that helps to prevent drug abuse in our communities.
That's beautiful. So, but what has been the response, right, from our partners agencies towards fighting this scourge?
I actually say that they are trying. It's just that the numbers or the populations in our society are many. They cannot touch them. But actually, some of our own organization, once we have programs, you can see them working effectively. They will come and educate children. They will enlighten them about drug abuse prevention. So I can also commend them for trying their best, coming to educate. But the population are much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but I would like to know, like, what kind of drugs can be abused? Is it just the one we get from the pharmacy?
No, not really.
Okay. Can you let us know the kind of drugs that can be abused so people learn from it?
Okay, when you talk about drug abuse, really some people can abuse some prescription drugs. Okay, they go to the hospitals and the health professional prescribe drugs for them. After taking those drugs and they get well, okay, some of them, you will see them, they will continue taking all that drugs. They will go and buy, they'll just keep the sachet of that drugs without knowing the chemical effect, the side effect of that drugs that they are taking. I've seen a woman that came to me and said, "Ma, I want to buy this eye drop. This one is eye drop." She said she used it when she has eye challenges. After using it, she got well. So she went and bought another bottle, got it finished, another one, and she wanted to continue using it. That is abusing the drugs. Okay, or some medical challenges that some people have. When you prescribe drugs, after taking it, they will keep taking that drugs. They are also abusing drugs. This part is a prescribed drugs. But nowadays, you can see some pre-teenagers, teenagers, youths, even adults abusing some drugs such as tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, some sedative drugs such as diazepams, lorazepam. Some take opioid drugs or narcotic drugs just because they feel like they are having pains. You know, some narcotic drugs, they are painkillers. They are pain relief drugs. So if they feel like, let them take it. Some take tramadol. I have seen a girl that met me say, "Ma, anytime I'm angry, I cannot sleep." Say, without taking tramadol. A girl of 16 years. Just imagine. So there are a lot of drugs they are abusing. If you go to the east in our own country, you will see some people abusing ice, crystal meth, the one they call impurumiri in Igbo language. They are taking it, they want to feel high. Some of them will take it and take it overdose and they will die. Some will take it and become mentally challenged. So they are taking it without knowing the side effects. So when you talk about marijuana, cannabis, there are a lot of them, even some chemical and some synthetic chemicals that are abusing it. So we are here to tell the world that there is no gain in taking all those things, because it might end up, the person might end up becoming mentally challenged, or anyone that taking drugs can do other such social vices, maybe raping, stealing, which could lead them to the correctional centers. So we are here to tell the world that you can live a life without abusing drugs. Thank you.
That's good. And also, the codeine is rampant now, most especially amongst our youths. They go to the pharmacy, I want codeine. It's have a high effect. You understand? So, like the codeine now is very, very rampant, the cocaine, and also the club drugs. They have a club drugs that is like a pill they take in the club. So they take it to feel alright, to feel fit. They want to be among the friends, like they want to feel among. Then some also take this drug to like, okay, I want to do well in my examination. I want to do well in my okay, I'm an artist now. I'm a musician. I want to have the inspiration. So they go to abuse drugs, like maybe the club drugs. They take it like a tablet, and they also take the codeine. They take shisha and all of that, so that they'll feel okay. You understand?
Yeah.
This is part of abusing the drugs.
Wow. I like this thing people are talking about. I can feel how harmful it has really been rooted in the society. How harmful it has been, because I feel like people now see it as a normal thing.
Yeah.
If you are not doing this thing, you are not a youth. You understand?
Yes.
You are not a kind
not
of
belonging.
Yes, you're not feeling yourself in society.
A big girl.
And this is a way that we know fully well that leads to distraction. So how can these people now come back to understand that this path which I'm taking is wrong? I need to retrace my footsteps. I need to start thinking of how to be positive. Just like when I was introducing the show, I talked about families, young people getting the right information so that they can live safely, they can be safe. Because people are being destroyed. There are people that maybe in them they don't really have the habit of stealing. But because you've started taking drugs, you now want to meet up. You want to always go and buy that thing to take it. And by so doing, what do? Then you now start to take money from where you're not supposed to take money from.
You cannot save money again.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's really alarming. And I think what you people are doing is great. You take out your time. The passion, I can actually see the passion. You bring out your time, right?
Yeah.
You leave your busy schedules and you come out and say, okay, out of my busy schedules, I want to touch lives. I want to, because now you go to secondary schools, and this is the stage at which you can teach them.
Catch them
not
young.
when they are already grown and they feel like you cannot advise me. So people are doing a lot, and I must applaud you for that.
Thank you so
Honestly, I must.
Thank
You wanted
you,
to
sir.
say something before?
Yes, she was talking about shisha. I have someone that
I think a lot of young girls take that one. They said it's not smooth,
Because
it's not
feel
good thing.
Yes, they
Wow.
feel like the flavor. Someone asked me, ma, he likes taking some flavor shisha. Does it affect their organs? I say yes. Shisha is equivalent like cigarettes.
Smoke.
Yeah, smoke. It can affect their lungs, their hearts. It can lead to cancer. There are some drugs they are taking, even the injectable one. Some of them will use the injection, one syringe, and inject around their colleagues, their friends, with one injection. Okay, just imagine by using one syringe and injecting like 3 or 5 or 6 or more than. Maybe one of them has HIV. They can contact HIV too as well.
And that's how they spread it.
And that is how they spread it. I have met a guy that told me, he said, ma, I decided to stop taking drugs because there is no gain. He was telling that he has taken a lot of drugs. I said, okay, thank God that God saved you. I've seen someone that have taken once, and the guy fainted. And that is the end of it. So we encourage them that evidence-based prevention is the best, and parents should help their younger ones, their children, or someone around you. If you see someone that's taking it, don't say because it's not my daughter, it's not my son, I will not encourage the person. You will just look behind and be going. No, please help others to achieve the same goal your children is achieving. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to know, thank you so much for informing us and educating us about this. So what are the factors, right, that encourage this drug abuse among Nigerian youth?
I would say something because in sociology they say that family is the bedrock of every society.
Yeah.
You understand? So before a child becomes positive, negative to his or her society, it begins from the family. Going back to the word of charity begins at home. You understand? So that is why we're talking about positive family support. You understand? Because it's your family that brought you up before you now go to the society. You wake up from sleep, you brush your teeth, you tell them good morning, you go to school and all of that. We have those factors and all. So now what I'm trying to say now is that it comes from the family. When the love is there, when the right direction is there, the guidance is there, I can bet you that before that child will deviate, it's going to be, let me say, it's going to be minimal, because the love is there, the care is there, everything is there. But when you come to a family when there is no social support, nothing, you're just being neglected and all of that,
while child is passing through trauma,
yes, it will affect the child emotionally, and from emotionally it now goes mentally. That is why you see a lot of people are being depressed today. Before you know, suicidal thoughts comes to their heart before you know it.
You know, the thing is, there are families that, you know, everybody with their own different kind of upbringing. You know, there are people that will tell you that ever since they were young till they got to the stage where they can take decisions on their own, they were not opportune to kind of have that closeness between them and their parents. Maybe because their parents are so busy. You understand? It's not everybody that are opportune to be close to parents like that. Some people will tell you that before my father comes back from work, I'm always sleeping. We really don't have that interactive
the weekend is there
together.
That's your off
But you
days.
know, sometimes it's not every parent that actually bring out time for their children,
which is not good.
Some of them don't even know. Some of our parents do not even know if their children are up and doing in school. If they do their assignments, what are they learning in school? What kind of friends do they keep? What about a parent that comes home by 9 p.m. in the night? If the child goes out and come back maybe 8:30, will you know? Is 8:30 not late for a child to go out? Because nobody to monitor them. So by so doing, I feel like these are other factors that makes it, you understand, to be worse in the life of our young people. So I personally, I will tell you that I think parents should create more time to...
Parents should wake up.
Yes, to monitor their children.
Also,
you are talking about cigarettes in the bag of 8-year-old child. There are families whereby if their children comes back from school, they want to see the books in their bag. So what about those that don't even search their children's bag? So they don't even know if the textbook I bought for him or the textbook I bought for her, if it's still there, you understand, or if she's thrown it away. Because you need to guide them. That's why the father will put these children in school. We are the best people to guide them. Ask that teenage stage of theirs. You need to guide them. You need to let them know about life. You need to let them know how to live. How to live. Because if you teach your child a lot of things, that child cannot be influenced in school. You understand? You let them know that if somebody is telling you this thing is wrong, as a young girl, if a guy is telling you this thing is wrong, you understand? Don't give in to it. And because you are close to this child, if somebody is trying to make advances at them, they feel that need to come and tell you, because if people are close,
allow them to voice out.
Yes, that closeness is there. So these are things that we still need to understand, because it's so alarming that I'm so surprised to see that many people even go for this eradication of drugs in secondary schools. And I was like, secondary school? So they have idea of this?
Yes.
At this early stage? Because it looks like they are supposed to be too young for me. Yes, to think that a child in secondary school should be thinking about smoking, should be thinking about drug abuse.
Common everywhere.
I had someone that came and met me just 3 days ago. You know, I was interviewing him. I asked him, does your parents know that you indulge yourself in drug abuse? Himself is taking weed. They call it Igbo. He said no. I said, for how long have you been taking it? He said, just for 1 year. I said, okay.
How old are you?
How old are you? He said, 18 years. I said, okay, your parents didn't know what actually pushed you into these drugs. He said he was depressed. Just imagine a child being depressed in the house, psychological trauma, and the parents did not even know that the guy is passing through some stress. He said he decided to start taking it without the knowledge of the parents. So what am I trying to say? It's good once in a while, call your children, ask them what are their challenges, what are their problems, their needs, know their condition, try to solve it, make them your friends. It's true, when they are wrong, you beat them, but when you beat them, use the other hand and bring them back, show them love. You understand? So we are still talking about that evidence-based. We don't want children nowadays to start taking it. So all these things contributed to the effect of drugs in our society.
And also mental conditions. Like once they have the mental conditions, they will be having this inferiority complex. They don't want to stand with their peer group or their mates, so they are all just very, it's very, very bad. Because a case happened recently, I think in one of the university, that a lady committed suicide because she did not pass her exam. Because she felt she's going to be a laughing stock because her friends were making mockery of her. So before we could know what happened, she had already committed suicide.
But are you going to tell me that kind of person does not have a family, nobody to confide in, nobody to talk to, nobody to make you feel like you are the best for yourself?
She said even the friends that were supposed to stand by her, they were making mockery.
But she has family.
Apart from having
family, no matter what.
Okay, someone that is open up, you can call, hey daddy or mom, see my friends are laughing at me because
even if you are orphan. So
even if you are orphan, you have guidance.
There should be maybe aunts or uncle, you get?
Yes.
Or I don't know.
You have someone that mentors
suicide is never an option for such kind of case.
That's
when you talk about inferiority complex, I felt like that's another danger in the life of a youth.
Yes.
When you start feeling like I'm not good enough.
Because I feel
people are going to mock me, I'm not good enough. Yeah, don't let anybody make you feel less of yourself. You are too good, you understand?
You can achieve
for the one that created you.
Yes.
Nobody should make you feel like you're not good enough. At that point where you feel like I need to stop, you start telling yourself that I have to keep going. Because even if she had failed that course and she comes back to read again, she'll definitely get it.
Yes.
One thing people don't understand, they are in school. That is why, that stage, you feel
like
that is the end of it. But you don't know that sometimes even those that didn't even get that best results, they're able to get better jobs compared to you. It's really not like that. It's really not like that. We feel like after, when we are in school, you understand, that is when you know how successful you will be. When you come out, life throws different things at you. You see that my classmate that does not even, that does not look like they can beat me, you get?
And you see them riding high above.
So the girl, she just needed somebody to talk to her, to tell her that, my dear, that is not it. You have to be creative. As long as you are creative, there are people that will need your creativity.
Having a positive friends that can encourage you.
This is it. Because if your friends are positive, they will not be mocking you.
Yes.
They will not be laughing at you.
I'll tell a guy, you can make it again. Don't never give up.
That is it. Okay, so this one I want to know, right? What are the social and cultural factors that influence the prevalence of social vices?
Okay, when you talk about the social factors, I have already talked about social medias that contributed to it, or some environment matters. When you talk about some children, they grew in bad environment, that there are a lot of social vices around them and they cannot cope. The next thing they will do is to find a group and join. Some go and join courtesan, they want to protect themselves. You understand? So by doing around as watching those people around them, and if no one is encouraging them to do the positive part of it, you see them doing it. So the best way is, I keep saying it, either you have counselor in the school, or use your parents or your guidance as the best person that you can interact with, that can guide you. But it's in the same social media, you can learn positive attitude.
Yes, but you choose the one you want to learn.
You choose the one, not the bad thing and not the right thing. You can also choose the right one. And also pick up and see some things that's very good. So, okay, this is how I want to live my life. So,
okay, no, I know it's not really easy trying to bring back people that have actually gone through the wrong track in life, in terms of you're already into drugs and you feel like it's not a normal kind of life. So in such a situation whereby I'll call them clients. You have a client, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll say to some extent, drug has really destroyed this person. This person has been taking drugs for quite a long time, and everything you've been doing trying to make that person stop, right, proves abortive. It's not really working. How do you feel in such kind of situation? But you know you really want to change this person, but this person is already addicted and addicts to drug, and you find yourself in that kind of situation whereby I feel like this is challenging to me. I want to change this person. I want to bring this person out from these evil ways. So how do you handle such kind of situation when it comes?
Okay, what requires the one is understanding.
Okay.
You will know that nobody is perfect. You understand? Interview the person thoroughly and know the actual things, what pushed the child or the client to be doing that. Okay? I also talk about I will encourage the person or pray with the person, because some attitudes or some bad behaviors need spiritual intervention too. Okay, but show them love, bring them. You shouldn't be be judgmental, saying, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? No, it requires faith, understanding, non-judgmental approach. Bring them closer to you, discuss with them, allow them to voice out their minds, allow them to speak out. Don't show them that, hey, you will not make it in life. No. I have somebody like that I have been following up, giving psychotherapy. Till one day I brought him closer to me. I said, please, you have something in you. You have a talent, you have a gift, you can make it, you can achieve your dream. Encourage them. Don't allow them to feel like they're a failure. That's why they have already relapsed. Bring them back. Talk to them. And after talking to them, encouraging them, you can also take them to a rehabilitation center. I know it will cost money. Because of the much money rehabilitation center is collecting, maybe they will stay there like from 1 month to 6 months, and we'll see them being revived and restored, and they'll be in good mental health. So what I'm trying to say is that anyone passing through this kind of trauma, don't reject them. Bring them, show them love, talk to them, because they have vision. There might be a governor or a senator tomorrow. They just talk to them and we see them opening up. And I believe by doing that and with prayers
and actually get the actual results.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to show this one to you.
Okay.
This one is, I'm talking about when it's difficult to change the person. So it's scenario whereby a client denies, right? Involving a social vice. You know that this person is not even telling you that he's doing it. I am not into this thing. You understand? So how will you respond to such kind of situation?
It's not going to be easy
because the person has denied it too.
It's not going to be an easy nut to crack, but you use a persuasive means of knowing the person more, and you also be patient. Patience is one of the key factors of that, and you also have to have empathy. Do you understand? So, and again, there is something I know when I was in school. They said behind every action there must be emotion. So now some of them is not even the peer group or the sociological factor. Some it is inherent. Do you understand? Biologically. So you cannot really trace where it's coming from. Some of them, their parents are what? They are professional drunkards and smokers. Do you understand? So some criminals are born. Some are inherent, some are because of the biological factor and all of that. So you use that patience, number one. You use a persuasive means. Do you understand? Understanding the person and also have empathy. From that, you start figuring out and start telling the person about the risk factors of those things he's doing and all of that. You also pray with the person also, the way she said, and also advise the person.
Encourage the person.
Encourage the person.
Okay, people struggling with social vices. You talked about rehabilitation center. Are there other places that they can be taken to in the community?
Rehabilitation center is also a correctional center. Prison.
They can take them to prison, correctional centers.
Also, there are maybe other places you can
psychiatric hospitals, you understand?
Psychiatric, but they're not Madrid.
When they are critical. When they are critical.
Depending on the situation, right?
Depending on this, situation. For therapy.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. That's good. So,
NGOs that can manage them too.
okay, some NGOs, right?
So non-governmental organizations.
Okay, but I wanted to know, like, do they have a special place they keep them separately from whether rehabilitation, prison, correctional center? Like, are there some NGOs that provided a special place that, okay, these people, let's carry them and keep here and see how we can help their life? Maybe when you see that they have started changing, when you see that they have started changing positively, you begin to allow them to go out.
Okay, I can say like our EL-RHAKUN Foundation, we partner with Secure the Future.
Okay.
They have rehabilitation center.
Okay, for themselves.
For yes, it's a private firm.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yes, they have. So some cases, maybe you start following up and you notice that the guy or the lady is still relapsing.
Because of where they are.
Yeah, because of where they are. We normally call their doctor.
Okay.
Yes. Once we call them, we can take them to their NGO office, rehabilitation center, take them to that place, you know. Others are collecting big money, we can collect just little token and make sure they follow up. The guy or the lady should be there till the person fully recovered and until the person doesn't have any urge to abuse drug again. Fully recovered, they will counsel the person, they will give the person medication, they will take care of the person. They have some field where they can play football, you know, feel free, feel good until they are fully recovered before they will send them back to the society to function well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Okay, so what can you say to the viewers lastly, right? Before I let you go. What can you say to the viewers out there that are misinformed, right? That are suffering from the wrong use of drugs?
Okay, if you have already started taking it and you know it's affecting your organs, it can cause liver damage, kidney damage, heart disease, please go for counseling. Go for counseling. Look for health professionals that can assist, that can help you. We have some international organizations that takes care of that. We have like UNODC, we have some organizations like WHO and so forth. So I'm telling our viewers today that please, especially parents, encourage your children. Ensure they live drug-free lives.
Okay.
Ensure that they live drug-free life. Make sure you check their bags, interact with them, ask them questions, especially when they're passing through trauma and when you notice that their behaviors have changed. Maybe the child used to wake up around 5 a.m. and all of a sudden the child started sleeping excessively. Try to find out what's wrong. Try to find out when your child is misbehaving or the person is not performing well in education. You understand? So try to find out and make sure you follow your child up and educate them with the right words. Thank you.
Okay, so I would also like to say this to parents also. Always have this close relationship with your children. Monitor them, just the way she said. Once your child begins to change, you should know as a parent, perceiving the smell of an alcohol for the first time, you see that child having a different group of friends that you have never had before. You understand the child always taking means, coming home late, not from the voice, the red eyes and all of that, and maybe mood swing at times because at times they get easily angered and all of that. So you should take this close monitoring. You monitor them and also talk to them because these children are the leaders of tomorrow. Once we have nuisance in our society is at risk. Because with the change and good example to these children, we can have a better and a healthy society. So that is just all.
Okay, we have a contact phone number where they can call for help.
Okay, so you can call it. You can call the helpline.
Okay, 081 3975 0225. As a helpline, you can call it 081 3975 0225.
Okay, lastly, have there been people that you've been able to help come out of this situation? People that can say, okay, the EL-RHAKUN Foundation has helped me. I was already an addict. You understand? It was just so deep into me, the person, and you were able to help out the person come out of such kind of situation?
We have.
Have there been situations like
Yes,
that?
we have. I have a testimony of a woman that the husband divorced and she started indulging herself into drugs. And when I realized that the woman is living in drugs, I kept visiting her, supporting her with money to make sure that there is something to eat on the table, you understand? So, and with psychotherapy, it was early intervention. And she became okay, she's good. I have some of them like that. That's not always say, hey, when they see me, hey, mommy, you have really helped me. I have many of them like that came around, and some, they will not even come. But when I see them, I say, no, I have passion. I want them to be free from drugs. I have many of them. Maybe next stage, I can snap them, bring the picture. Okay. It's confidential.
Yeah, I don't know. Not everyone that want their face to be shown and all of that. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Joy Chukura.
And in addition, all this going to school, creating awareness, the campaigns, the programs we have done. Many children have testimonies that they will not test it. They want to live drug-free life.
They've learned.
They have learned
from it.
They have been educated. They have been enlightened. They know that if they indulge themselves, they will not achieve their dreams. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much for your time on this show. Honestly, I'm so impressed because I've seen someone that is so passionate. People have been doing this just for your goodwill, trying to inspire people, trying to make people understand how to be positive, how to live a positive life. With what you're doing, I believe you've helped a lot of people come out from a situation whereby they commit suicide. Because there are people that will tell you that I have to take drugs for me to be happy. People that their life is already dependent on drugs to make them happy. It's a big error, like a very big one. So with what you do, trying to eradicate drugs, trying to, in fact, telling people from the younger age so they won't even involve in it. You understand? Making them to be informed, allowing them to get the right information on how to live well is really a good one, and I must commend you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ma, for your contribution as well on the show, letting us know social vices, how it can be avoided, and how people get to make themselves involved at first in social vices. Because to me, you don't just wake up and you start involving yourself in negative lives, in social vices. So you either learn it, or just like you said, it might be hereditary as well. So you have been able to cut such kind of situation to put a stop to this menace that has been happening in our society. And it's a good one. If you have such kind of situation, or you're experiencing such kind of situation, or you have a friend that needs help, just like them, they help you. And if you feel where you are is in a big mess, that I can't really be here, because if I'm here I cannot avoid this kind of situation, there's a place for you that you can actually stay. You have to come out from this. Are you an addict? Call EL-RHAKUN Foundation. They will help you. You understand? To kill that addiction. There's no addiction that cannot be killed. As long as you put your mind to say, I want to put a stop to this, it will definitely, you understand, come to an end. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I remain your girl, Maryval Eze. See you again next time on the Community Hero.
I appreciate you.